I never want to read another book again.
I forgot that I absolutely despise Cinderella retellings. Get rid of all the books. I have never seen someone use so many brackets. What time is it? Summertime. It's on vacation. It's not summertime. I don't know where that came from, but I was like, it's time for the 30 books in 30 days readathon. And then I just got, what time is it? Summertime. It's on vacation. It's not summertime. It's September. Soon. Not today. Not tomorrow. The day after. But I'm doing overtime on the 31st, and today is the only day I could film this intro before I actually start reading. So, if you saw my video last year, I did 30 books in 30 days, which ended up being 29 and a half books in 30 days. Totally fine. I read as much as I possibly could, and I think I have a better system this year to read them. And I'm not in school, for one. I wasn't in school when I did it last year. I was just working. I was only working part-time. I'm working full-time now. However, I do drive, and I have accomplished the task of listening to an audiobook while I drive. My commute is less. It's only half an hour now, to and from. Half an hour there, half an hour back. I have an hour break, which I love to read on. And I'm just kind of like, I'm finally in a flow of things. However, on the 16th, I am doing forklift training, so that might be a whole thing. Anywho, there's still stuff going on in my life, and I'm going to, my plan, this is my plan. My plan is to reserve the majority of the comics that I've chosen for this readathon for busy days when I got too much going on, and the end of the month. I'm gonna leave them till the end. I don't have any large graphic novel type books this year. I have also gone through and seen which audiobooks I have available versus physical books on both Scribd and through the library, and I've requested, or I've borrowed a bunch, and it's already been a thing, and I've already decided which book I'm going to start with, which is why I'm starting this vlog, so that I can start the first book September 1st like as soon as possible. And since I wake up at 5:10 and leave the house at 5:45 to get to work for 6:30, I can't do an intro then. So I'm just going to bring the book with me to work on the 1st, which is Thursday, in 2 days. Today's Tuesday. And we're just gonna do that. We're starting with hard, which is, I don't have any audiobook or any help with this. I don't even have an ebook for this. I have to bring the physical book with me. However, I'm starting with this one because I want to watch the show. The show has started. I haven't been able to watch it because I want to read the She-Hulk diaries before I watch She-Hulk on Disney+, which is also a thing. I finally started season 5 of 911 and I'm kind of distracted. I will say that. This might be a struggle the first couple of days, but I have this book. It is 328 pages by Marta Acosta, and I've had this book literally since I was in high school. This is like still when I lived with my parents like 8.5 years ago. This was published 2013. Yeah, that checks out. I'm pretty sure I got it around 2013 time. So I've had this for a really long time and I would like to just get it off my shelf. So that's what I'm going to start with. The plan for these books are kind of like they were last year, where there's a bunch of older books that are shorter that have been sitting on my TBR like literally for like 8 years. Some of these things, some of them are new, specifically comics and graphic novels, because I filled up on graphic novels for this. But most of them are really old ones that I am assuming are also on everybody else's TBR. Like maybe you added it on Goodreads when you saw it once years ago and you've forgotten that it's there. And I kind of want to read those books to give you input on whether or not you should delete them off your TBR, because I've been doing that a lot recently, reading a lot of backlisted books, I think is what they're called. Just kind of like the backlog of TBR from 2013, obviously. So there's a bunch of books from there. Most of them are really old. I think only one of them entered my TBR within the last, I want to say 3 years, 4 years, other than the graphic novels. The graphic novels are just fun things that I've had. Some of them, one of them I did buy within the last month, so those don't count. But all the books are older, which is fun and exciting for me. And we're starting with She-Hulk. So this will be the first book, and like last year I'm just going to update when I finish this book and tell you what the next book is. I have no idea what this book is about. I just know that I was like, ooh, superheroes when I bought it, and it's a weird funky color. Like, what the heck? It looks like it's told partially in diaries. It looks like blog posts, but it's diaries. And it is Marvel, so I'm assuming that means it's kind of official. Yeah, Marvel and Hyperion, wow, published it together. So I'm not gonna read the back. I'm not gonna spoil anything for me. September 1st hits, I will dive right into it, and we're gonna get started. I've been looking forward to this. I should have done it in June. I was not prepared to do it in June because I switched from night shift to day shift, but I should have done this in June because I was way too excited, and now I'm way too excited right now. And we're just going. Obviously, I'm too excited. I'm doing the intro 2 days before. Oh well, hopefully the next update is me finishing this. Let's all have fun, shall we?
It's like 7 p.m. on September 1st. I took a nap when I got home, which was a huge mistake, but I have been very distracted and I need an audiobook, and so today's pick was not a good pick. And it also, I'm very, how do I put this? I'm only on like page 17 of the She-Hulk Diaries, and I very much am not in the mood to read the Hulk. I like the voice. I like the story setup so far. I like the character. I've already highlighted something I love. Like, I do genuinely think I will enjoy this, and I think it's a keep book so far, even though I'm only 17 pages in. But I can't read about the Hulk right now. I'm not interested in Marvel superheroes. I wanna say I'm not interested in superheroes, but I have a bunch of DC books that I would be willing to read right now. So I'm gonna put that down. I might get back to it this month. I'm going to keep it there, but I think I'm going to replace it with a Patricia Briggs book in the Mercy Thompson series. I think I'm on book 12 or 13 or something. I'll put it up here right now. I can't remember what it's called, but the audiobook is available, and I'm going to replace that with that. In the meantime, I have chosen my book for day 2, and that is going to be Just Ella by Margaret Peterson Haddix. I have read the first chapter of this to make sure I wanted to read it before I did anything else, and I'm gonna be honest, I really like the voice of this one too. This one feels more direct than She-Hulk did, and this one's only like 180 pages, 90 pages. So I'm actually kind of excited for this one. This is, so while She-Hulk was like the main character Jennifer, who is She-Hulk, or they call her Shulk, which is very weird, writing in a diary talking about her day and her goals of what she wants to happen, how she wants a boyfriend and a job and all that kind of stuff. This one is after Cinderella's ball. When she's engaged, she's going to be married in 2 months. I'm going to just get through a little bit of this today because I'm super not in the mood. Maybe a couple more chapters. I was going to try and read 50 pages of this before I gave up, but I keep getting distracted by TikTok every second page, or even Instagram, and this one I read the first chapter in like no time at all. So I'm gonna read a little bit more of this one and just take it easy for the first day and probably not finish a book. If I do finish this one today, exciting, fantastic, awesome, but this one right now is a no-go. Probably will switch to Patricia Briggs, let's be honest. I'm more interested in reading one of those right now, which is why it was my backup. Finished Just Ella, and I also finished Storm Cursed is what it was called. This lighting is just awful, isn't it? It is day 3, so we finished 2 books, but today's book is Worlds of Ink and Shadow, which Instagram picked out for me. It is super long and I don't have an audiobook. I've looked for it. I mean, the writing is kind of big. We'll see. To talk about Storm Cursed and Just Ella, I finished Storm Cursed first, even though it was the second day book. It was good. I obviously like my lovely Mercy Thompson series. I think it's fantastic. I give it 4 stars because I felt like a lot more fast-paced. That could have been because I was trying to read it faster, but I feel like it was just a lot more fast-paced than what I'm used to in that series, and climax was faster to get to it. I don't know. It could just be because I read it basically all in like today or yesterday. Yes, most of it yesterday, a little bit today. Anywho, Just Ella, I haven't rated yet. I think I gave it 2 stars. I forgot that I absolutely despise Cinderella retellings, which makes me very nervous because I have the twisted tail. So this is love. But I also really want to go watch all 3 Cinderella movies because I remember I think I really, really loved Cinderella 2 or 3, one of them, when she was in the palace a bunch. I feel like it was number 2. Because number 3 there was time travel, so it was probably number 2. But like, this was garbage. I don't mean to be an asshole, but It didn't make any sense. It's originally from 1999, which is insane. This is as old as my brother is. But this edition was just too pretty in the bookstore and I couldn't pass it up, so I will be getting rid of it because, nah, not for me. Basically, it's after they get engaged and the glass slipper stuff, and she talks about what happens. There was no fairy godmother. She did it all by herself, which I did like that part of the story. But she's not falling comfortably into the position of princess, and then she realizes, like, Prince Charming is boring as fuck. And she doesn't want to marry him because he's boring and they don't actually love each other, so she tries to leave, and instead of like being like, oh, we'll break off the engagement, they're like, there's no other woman around that's as pretty as you are, so you're not allowed to leave. And they lock her in a dungeon, and she comes up with this whole escape plan, and then later realizes she's in love with one of her tutors slash friends, and the romance part of that just sucked. Everything about it was just speed, despite the fact that there was like a hold on an engagement with the new love interest. There was no romancy part. Like, when did they have time to fall in love? There was no time to fall in love. They didn't really fall in love. Like, it was just a garbage romance book. Just mostly just her complaining about her life and all of her problems now that she's rich and a princess. I don't know. It was garbage. So I'm going to read Worlds of Ink and Shadow, which is this beautiful purple color underneath the dust jacket. I'm just going to read as much as I can today and then the rest tomorrow. Are there wicked things non-human which envy human bliss? Ooh. Charlotte Bronte. You know, this might help if I've read the classics. Emily Bronte. Oh no. Oh no. Branwell Bronte. Oh no. I haven't read the classics. And Bronte. Ho 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 ho. This is the whole Bronte family, is it now? I'm very nervous. This might be a DNF if I don't know. Just because I don't know any of the books that they wrote or anything about that family. Ooh. This is not good. Good luck to me, I guess. Oh my gosh, what day is it? Today's day 5, I think. Okay, so I'm just gonna recap before I disclose to you what I just did. That the point of the 30 books in 30 days is so that I can get rid of books that I've had for too long, and so I can point out which ones I don't like. I can go through something really quickly, and last year I didn't really give myself an opportunity to DNF books or switch over books and stuff, which is why this year I'm like, okay, I'm allowing myself to do this because I'm not taking, like, how do I put this? I don't want to spend more time on books I don't think I'll like when there are better books out there that I think I'll like a lot more, is basically my thought process. So I'm going to tell you what I've been reading. I did read about 40 pages of World of Ink and Shadow, and then I fast forward through a bunch of stuff. And this, yes, is about the Bronte siblings. I looked up some stuff online about it. It is a really cool concept. It is a cool concept, and it's about the Bronte siblings, and the two eldest ones, Branson and Charlotte, can go into their stories while they're writing and experience their characters and adjust stuff while the stories being written in this other place, and they share the same world together. But the brother writes from the point of view of a rogue that is himself, while as Charlotte picks any character she wants and writes while she's watching her main character. She doesn't take on her main character, she just picks a side character and pretends to be them in the moment. So what I understood from this, I skipped ahead a little bit and found out that Emily falls in love with the rogue that the brother is playing, and it's a whole thing, and I really like the concept, but I don't care about the story or the characters or anything. And so I skipped ahead to the end. The brother has gone missing. It's about how they supposedly died at a young age. I don't know anything about the Bronte siblings. Nothing at all. So going into this completely blind was not my cup of tea. I don't care for classics. This felt like a classic for me. So I'm DNFing it, but I rated it 3 stars because I think that the concept is really cool, and I genuinely think that this is a good story with a good, it's a good book with a good storyline, good characters, but it's not my thing. It's not my thing, and I don't want to leave it with no rating or like a low rating and say that it was this terrible thing, because it's not terrible. I genuinely like the concept. I just don't like the the choice of
choosing these classic authors and making their life this fantastical thing, which normally I'd be really cool about, but I literally don't know anything about them, so it doesn't interest me at all. And that's why I've moved on. So I'm just gonna say that I've read it, rated it 3 stars on Goodreads. It's perfectly fine. In the meantime, so that was Friday's book. Today's Monday. No, that was Saturday's book. Today's Monday. Sunday's book was Need by Carrie Jones. This is the one I picked. I am about 50 pages into this, and I'm listening to the audiobook, and I'm super interested because werewolves. We're being hinted at that there's werewolves. And I'm very excited about said werewolves. So I think I'm gonna go on a walk and get myself some milk duds if I can find them, because I've looked everywhere and I cannot find any milk duds, and I'm gonna try and finish this as soon as possible today. However, today, since it's Monday, it's Labor Day, day off. Today's book is Daughters of Ruin by Katie Kastner. I can't find an audiobook on this one either, and I'm very nervous because of the fact that I was reading this physically and I didn't enjoy it, that I'm not going to enjoy this one because I have to read it physically. But we'll try our best here. I will, at the end of the month, be putting Rules of English Shadow into the small library, as well as Just Ella. So, I mean, we're like, out of 3 that I've read, I guess the 4 that I have, we're 2 out of 4 so far that I'm enjoying. And they're both the werewolf ones. Great. Day 7. Oh my gosh. So while I'm about 30 pages into Daughter of Ruin, I'm struggling. I will say I am struggling. I like it. I just don't want to read a book. Welcome to my reading vlogs. I just physically am not in the mood to read. I've been trying to read at work, but I'm taking naps instead. So that's on me. And then when I get home, I'm like, okay, audiobook time. So yesterday I read and finished Perfect Ruin by Lauren DeStefano. I think that's how you say her name. I probably butchered that. Anywho, this was really good. I did listen to it all day and I finished it and I give it 4 stars. This is a book so far I think I'll be keeping. It starts on internment, which is where our main character lives. I don't remember her name now. Oh my gosh. Anywho, the city is floating high in the, like, above the clouds. It's so high up, and the belief is that God punished the people of this town because they were the first humans, and God decided they didn't deserve to live on the earth anymore, so he just straight up lifted this piece of earth and kept them up there, is kind of the belief that I understand. I don't think that some of them see it as, like, later on as like a punishment, but there is a whole plot to get to the ground because nobody can see the ground. You're not allowed to look over the edge. If you even get close to the edge, you're considered a jumper and you get hyped up on drugs for the rest of your life. Like, you're stuck. Everybody in this community it's all very, how do I put this? This is very, very dystopian. This is like my kind of dystopian that I like writing about specifically. You're not allowed to have a baby unless they make that baby for you, and then you can be pregnant with this baby that they make for you, and you're not allowed to have that baby until a certain amount of people die. So either, I don't think anybody commits suicide. I don't think that's a thing. They just call them jumpers and then hype them up on drugs. Like, you have to exist. When you turn 75, I think it is, they straight up murder you. They're like, all right, your life is over. Like, it's time to give it to the next person. So that's how babies are made, because the people at 75 are fucking disposed of, and and then the new people can have babies, and you have to be put in the queue to be able to have babies, like first come first serve kind of thing. Super weird. Also weird when your parents get pregnant with you, basically, because they're making the baby. They make a girl and a boy and they betroth them before they're even born. Very specific. So our main character, I don't even remember, like, what is her name? I know she's with Basil. That's the dude's name. She's betrothed to Basil. Oh my gosh. It's something really easy. I want to say like Abby, but it's not Abby. Morgan. Her name is Morgan. So Morgan is betrothed to Basil. They have these betrothal rings that they get, and they wear them around their neck until they grow up old enough, and when they finally start to wear them, like, their betrothal is announced and they can get married soon, and it's super weird. And then when they get married, they put blood into their betrothal ring of each other. So like, her blood goes into his ring, his blood goes into her ring. It's super fucking weird. You're not allowed to have
any babies outside, so as soon as your period starts or whatever, you fucking take birth control. You can't skip it. You gotta take the pill every day. It's like a whole thing, and it's very, very strict, and it was very interesting, and I really liked it. Anywho, that was yesterday's book. Liked it a lot. Very intrigued. I also have the next 2 books on this TBR, so stay tuned. They will be coming this month. Today's book was Knife. I am in chapter 8 at the moment. This is such a shiny book. This is setting Tinkerbell's first movie without Peter Pan when she was born, basically. This is it. They live in a tree. Nobody leaves said tree. There's something sinister going on with the queen. I've already predicted it. Talked to my coworker about it. Predicted it. Anywho, our main character's name is Knife now, but it didn't start off as Knife. She changed it to Knife when she got her job as a hunter, because she found a really cool knife in the human's house, and she's not supposed to go in there, but she fucking robbed them, and there's a whole thing going on, and there's a crow that she's trying to murder, and she almost got eaten by a cat, and it's a very whimsical but also very sinister at the same time, and I'm intrigued. Do not have the other 2 books, but I've had this book for so long, like literally since it was published. Probably I've never seen the other 2 books physically in person. This was published in 2009. Yeah, sounds about right. So I've had this for a really long time. That's why it's on this list, and I'm actually enjoying it. This is like pleasing my inner child. This is exactly what I wanted. When I was a kid, I would write stories exactly like this. That's why I fucking love the Tinkerbell movie, still to this day. Okay? It's awesome. I'm having a good time. I don't know if I've talked about Daughters of Ruin at all. Let's go back to that. We got 4 queens. Our main queen, Rhea, is the one... Her dad is in control of the main country, the important country. The other 3 countries that are around them are in trouble because they started a war against this main country, and killed the king and queen, and Rhea's dad saved the country, took over. He's the new king. So he was like, you know what, to prevent another war, why don't we make all of the new queens, all the princesses from all these countries, grow up together with my daughter. So he trains them, and they're all deadly, and none of them like each other because they're like, yeah, we were fucking kidnapped as children as a political game. Even though he's not described as doing it as a political game, the daughters are like, it's a fucking political game. Anyways, I love that for them. It's pretty good. So far, I'm having a great time. How was your month? Obviously, you can't answer this because by the time you see this, September will be over, but I'm having a good month so far. I'm not motivated to read it all, but I'm doing it regardless because get rid of all the books. I'm just in a mood to get rid of all the books. And I've already come up with like a new video idea because I fucking can't stand how many books I have in my TBR right now. It's insane. So stay tuned. It is the end of day 9. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. Update. So yesterday I finished Knife and I gave it 3 stars, I believe. I do actually want to continue with the series, but I don't think I will keep the physical copy of this book because it's all bent up and scratched. If it was still brand new, yeah, I would keep it, but the state it's in, it's okay. Plus I'm never ever gonna find the other 2 physically. That's totally okay with me. I then did start Reboot, which was yesterday's book, and I am on chapter 11, which is 104 pages in, and I am really liking this. So far it's like a 3 or 4 star. Definitely want to read the sequel even though I don't own it yet. Don't know yet if I'm going to keep it. This one is definitely interesting. It's following a dystopian society where you're not allowed to travel from city to city and you're kind of designated to where you are, but people, so there's some people who are rich, some people who live in the slums. People who are rich are very secluded, people in the slums are dying constantly, but the thing is that when people die, especially when they are children, they reboot, and when they reboot they come back to life. They are void of emotions depending on how long they've been dead. The main character was dead for 178 minutes and she was shot when she was 11, so there's a lot of stuff going on there, and she has like no emotions. She does not give a fuck about anything. Meanwhile, the person she's now training was only dead for 22 minutes, and they kind of treat that as a joke in the reboot community because he wasn't dead long enough to lose all of his human emotions, and it's a whole thing, and I'm really enjoying it. So hopefully this will be done tomorrow. I did read today's book in its entirety. It took me like not even an hour, and that was Saga Volume 1. This one is so cool. I love the aliens, I love the artwork. I like the main characters a lot. I love how they don't hold anything back in this. It's super good. Our two main characters are on the run because they are star-crossed lovers that got married. He was a prisoner of war and she was his guard, and she let him out. They got married and they've had this baby, and this is his baby recounting what her parents went through when she was born and what happened after that. And there's like a bounty hunter. Actually, there's two bounty hunters, and there's some TV prince guy, this prince guy, who's like after them, and it's just like super cool. I like it a lot. I like all the characters. There's this ghost lady. I like the ghost lady. Anyhow, now on to the bad part of the update. Daughters of Ruin. I got to page 82, which is the first time we're in Suki's point of view. I do like it, but I don't like it enough to continue on once I start reading Suki's point of view. And I'm gonna show you why. I have never seen someone use so many brackets in writing that got published. Like, I understand her character is supposed to be excitable, but when your little paragraph thing ends with that many brackets, there's something wrong. And it keeps going. It just keeps, I looked through the next couple pages of her point of view, and it just, there's more and more brackets. I've never seen so many brackets on a page before, and I like it, but I don't like it enough to read that. So I'm gonna give it a 2-star, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Don't really care about it. It is beautiful, and I think other people would definitely like this. If it was in an audiobook, I think I would like it a lot more, but I can't read bracket upon bracket upon bracket. It's not happening. No, it's not happening. Anywho, I don't even know what tomorrow's book is, but so far the plan is to finish Reboot. And then I'll move on to tomorrow's book. I think tomorrow's book is also a physical read. So we'll see what happens. I will just say today was a very stressful day. Today sucked. So this is good for today. So was Saga. I really like Saga. I think I gave it 4 stars, I said. Did I say that? I don't know. I didn't. Anywho, that's the update. Hope it's enjoyable. This is kind of a mess, I will say that. It is day 18 of this. This is my spread, by the way. I'm only missing a couple books, which is totally fine. I've written down which one goes where, and I am drastically behind. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books behind at the moment, which is not bad because I'm not upset about it. Most of them are graphic novels, but I will tell you what I've read. So I don't remember last time I checked up on you. I think I was reading Nameless, which was book day 10. I am still reading this. I am on chapter 10. Hate that I've picked so many retellings for this. I despise retellings, and this is a Snow White retelling. It has vampires in it, which is the only reason I'm still reading it right now, but I hate that this readathon is just retellings. I will tell you that, basically. Day 11 was Mask of the Red Death, which I currently don't know where my copy is. I think it's in my book sleeve downstairs. It's somewhere. Anyways, I haven't even started it. Book 12 I have finished, and it was Captivate, which is the second Need book. This one, our main character makes some choices. Some things happen and the drama thickens. It is very much, there's lots of things about Valhalla and Valkyries and Odin, and it's very interesting. Pixie drama in the new love interest and what happens to the old love interest, and there's just a lot happening, and I'm still intrigued. I want to know what happens, and now I see why it's a quartet rather than like a duology or something. I understand it now. I think I gave this one 4 stars, which is better than the first one, which I gave 3 stars. I am intrigued and I am excited to finish it, and right now it's looking like I might even keep these books. We'll see. Day 13 was Burning Kingdoms. I am almost done. I think I'm a little bit further than this, but I am pretty good at this. I am listening to the audiobook. It says I'm on chapter 11. Oh, maybe I am on chapter 11. I'm 146 pages in, and I am enjoying it, but also not enjoying it. We're on the ground, so things are plain, and there's war things now, and I'm very not liking it. I really like the first one. This one, it's not middle book syndrome. It's really not. There's a lot. We're learning a lot. Things are happening. It's just like less mythical and mystical. They're like finding real answers for things and like no magic, so kind of boring. Sorry about the dog. Anyway, so I'm probably going to finish this one hopefully today because I am going to be cleaning and I will be listening to the audiobook. Day 14,
was Saga Volume 2. I gave 4 stars to this one. I did finish it. This was awesome. Following the 2 main characters again as they're... Actually, there's a lot of main characters in this. Freaking loved this one. I posted it on my Instagram, or not Instagram, Snapchat, because it was really fun because they meet this guy's parents, the couple, and they do this whole ordeal where the new wife, who's also their enemy, meets their daughter-in-law basically, and she's fucking in a towel the whole time, and it's really funny and hilarious, and I loved it. Day 15 was Raven by Kemi Garcia and Gabriel Piccolo. I definitely said that wrong. I follow this dude on Instagram even before I knew about these graphic novels. I love his art style, so this was super fun. Not to mention I'm dressing up as Raven for Halloween, so this was a must. I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. 10 out of 10. But it's basically like Raven's origin story, and I know I've like seen it 100 times, but like I'm into it all the time. So that was day 15. Day 16 I have not started yet, but it is another graphic novel, Monstrous. This is Volume 1, The Awakening, by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. Definitely saying that wrong. I am excited about this one. I bought this one secondhand, which is wild. So it was cheaper, but excited about it. Heard good things. The art style looks super cool. Very much. Try not to read things. Anywho, excited. I will get to this today and I will try to finish it. Here's the thing. Is the reason that this is backlogged so much is because this week was super busy at work. I did not read on my lunches because a lot of my lunches were either with all my coworkers or like out with some of my friends, and like, so I didn't read on lunch breaks. On top of that, on the 16th I had a party, which is why I didn't read this at all. Like, I was busy as fuck. On the 17th, which is this one, I wasn't home all day because I was out doing fucking chores and stuff. What are they called? Oh my god. Running errands. That's what I meant to say. But it was low on the 17th. This one is Volume 1, The Delirium of Hope. Doesn't say who it's by on the cover. I've had this one forever and I don't even remember why I bought it. Interesting art style. It's very not defined. Nothing is truly outlined. Interesting choice. Anywho, and then I went to a birthday party. Today's book is Saga Volume 3, which I'm very excited about. I'm so excited to learn more about her. Today I have a comedy show. We're gonna see Eliza. It's taken 2.5 years to get to this because we were supposed to go the Friday that everything in Canada shut down for COVID. So waiting for that a long time. I do plan, I really want to get through the audiobook and then the 3 graphic novels today. That's my plan. I'm gonna do my deep cleaning, and then I'm gonna sit down and fucking read these because I think I could just zoom through them. And then I'll be ready for the 19th, which is tomorrow's book, is the 3rd book in this series. Can't remember what it's called off the top of my head right now. And I also want to finish, so if I get through that, I have all audiobooks on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so I think it'll be easier for me to finish off those 2 reading books that I have, or at least get to a point where I go, okay, I'm done with this. And then I have graphic novel on Friday and Saturday, and then a physical read book on Sunday, and then it's all audiobooks and graphic novels for the rest of the month. So I only have like 3 physical books that I need to read. 1 I'm halfway through for the rest of the month, but I just like, I need to get this done, you know? And I'm having a good time. Like, honestly, this has been really fun for me so far. That's the update. We're gonna try and get through 4 things today. Wish me luck. Gonna go clean and then sit down. They kind of match, don't they? The greens from these guys? Okay, well, it matches. So that's the plan. If I decide to sit down and read some more when I get home later, it will be nameless. I need to get this done. I want to know what happens, but I don't think I will continue on with the series because it follows Red Riding Hood and Cinderella, and you know my least favorite retelling is Cinderella because it's happened too many fucking times, and that's how I feel. Good luck to me. Truthfully, I'm like sick of reading. Like, first of all, I am sick, like to the point where I came home early yesterday from work and had a 4-hour nap. I am sick. Second of all, I finished, what was the last thing that I told you I was reading? I don't know. I finished the next Need book, which was Captivate, I think. Yeah, I finished that, and then I finished Monstrous, which I know I didn't tell you about because I finished last night. And I gave it 3 stars. I'm debating it, knocking it down 1, because it was very beautiful to look at, but it didn't make any fucking sense to me. Plot was all over the place, and none of it clicked in my brain, and that was one of the longest graphic novels I've ever read, so I'm very concerned. Anywho,
I'm still reading Nameless. I do want to know what happens, but I have zero interest in reading it. I haven't even started Mask of the Red Death. Zero interest in starting that. I have started Saga Volume 3. I am like 20 pages in. This one's not that long. I'm going to finish this today. I also would like to finish Low today. I haven't started it yet. The artwork is interesting. It's very blurry. Like nothing's outlined. Oh, there's some boobs. That's nice. Great. Cool. And then the books now that I'm still catching up on. I have the audiobook for Broken Crowns. I am zero interested in reading this because the second one, I didn't like the vibe. The one after that, the next day after that, which was yesterday's book, was The Cellist of Sarajevo. I'm definitely saying that so wrong. I have zero interest in reading this, but I have the audiobook, so might as fucking well. If I get bored, I'm not reading it. And then today's book was supposed to be Entice. Also have the audiobook for this. So I feel like these ones are going to go a lot faster. I'm genuinely considering just giving up on life and everything. I'm going to give this one 50 pages. And if I don't like it, I'm going to give up. And I'm just going to rate it like 2 or 3 stars or whatever I think it deserves. Maybe that's what I'll do tonight. Because I do want to finish Nameless. I just have zero interest in like reading it. It's like, it sounds so terrible, but I'm just like, I'm so done. I was so motivated to get through all these books at the beginning of the month and like get rid of ones that I don't want. Like I was so fucking motivated to just unhaul, like get through it, unhaul it, and now I'm just like, this is the worst idea I've ever had. So that's where I stand. Also, what day is it? Today's the 21st. We are like getting to the end of this. I've read a lot this month. Not enough, but I've read a lot. I think that if I read 50 pages of this and then these 2 today and like decide, I'll be pretty good. It is really late though, and I did take a nap earlier and I am sick, so I've been sleeping a lot. Like quite literally, Monday, Tuesday, I slept all day. Like all day. So, that's where I'm at right now. I'm just trying my best. I would much rather read a nice spicy romance book right now. Which, fun fact, I did start a separate book that I was just like, oh, I need to read something that I actually want to read for once. And I read 2 chapters of Punk 57, and I was like, why didn't I pick this? Why didn't I pick this for my books? You know? But yeah, okay, I'm gonna go try this. Good luck to me. This cover is weird. I've never actually really looked at this cover. Anywho, moving on. I'll update you later. Welcome to my failure that I like to call reading 30 books in 30 days. Today's the 25th. I haven't updated in a hot minute because I haven't read anything because I'm sick still. I'm pretty sure I did update you that I was sick. So let's recap on how many books I am behind because this is just awful. I did finish Saga Volume 3. I finished Monstrous. I think I told you guys I hated it. I then gave up for the rest of the week and I haven't read a single thing. So I am just a pile of books behind. So I think, I don't remember if I talked about these ones. The 19th book was Broken Crowns, and I was taking a break because I didn't like the second one, so I didn't want to read the third one right away. Still don't want to read the third one. Here's the thing, is that I've been in such a state of anxiety that I think I like triggered myself into a depression, and today's the first day that I don't feel that heaviness in my chest, and every time I think about reading these books for this vlog, it feels like it's coming back. So, and it's not even about reading, it's about my personal life and my work life, but like everything sucks. Today's the first day I've had off since the Monday that I was sick, which is fair. But I wasn't even technically off because I was helping people the whole day at work. Anywho, that was the 19th. That was this book's day that I haven't even started. I haven't even started the 20th yet either, which is The Cellist. Haven't started that yet. I haven't started Entice yet. What the fuck? That's why this looks weird, because the little tiny book version of it is different. Do you see that? Do you see that? Why is that different? Anywho, it is different. Strange that the cover is okay, whatever. I want to read this one today. This I think is going to be my goal today. And then after that, the 22nd was Wings. I don't think I talked about this one. I do want to read this one because it's different than anything else, so I think these 2 are my books today. And then I started, this was the book from the 17th, The Low. I only got like this far into it and I hate it. I don't like it at all. So I'm not wasting my time anymore with it. I don't like the concept. I don't like the world. It's a bit confusing to follow, which is really sad because my boy Rick wrote this, and Rick wrote Deadly Class, and I love Deadly Class. So I also had Low number 2 as my 23rd book. I will be rating them both 1 stars, and I will not be continuing with this. They're going thrown out. Yesterday's book, the 24th, is Beast Boy. I'm gonna read this today. So these are my plans. I have 2 audiobooks for this, and then this. 2 audiobooks because I'm cleaning my room. I'm getting this sickness out. We are sanitizing fucking everything, cleansing the air. We're watering the plants. I need to feel better because I feel like garbage. Anywho, so this is the plan. This is when I get tired and I need to sit down. The other book, today's book, was the 25th, and that is Don't Get Caught. I do not have the audiobook for this one. It's a thick boy. I don't remember anything about this. I just think it's really funny because there's cows on the cover. Anywho, so maybe I'll get to this today because it is different, and maybe it'll make me happy. I did tell you last time I spoke that I was going to read the first 50 pages of Mask of the Red Death, and I ended up reading the first 26 pages. And I do like the concept, and I hate that I like the concept because I just wanted to throw this one to the wind. So I'm still reading Nameless and Mask of the Red Death. These ones are definitely triggering the awful feeling I've been feeling, so I don't want to read them right now. As it stands, I'm like too far behind. So much for reading 30 books in 30 days this year is a fail, only purely because I'm depressed and because I have a cold that I'm pretty sure is just COVID, but you know, whatever. Sick enough to get depressed. You know, if I was in a normal mood, if shit didn't hit the fan at work, I think it would have been fine. But I've been sick and I've just been sleeping and I've had no motivation to read. Genuinely, I don't want to read any of these books anymore. I am so done with this month. I just want to throw them all to the wind. I don't care about them anymore. I might genuinely just give up on this series. Like, maybe I'll start it and see what's going on, because like this isn't that long of a book and I have the audiobook, but like I genuinely don't care about it anymore. I don't care about most of these books. I literally don't give a fuck. The only ones I care about are these guys. And maybe this one, because I want to read some werewolf. I had a weird dream last night also for the first time. Here's the thing. Part of this like depression thing that I'm having is I don't want to sleep in my room anymore, so I've been sleeping on this mattress in the basement on the floor, and I've been having the best sleeps of my fucking life down there because I've slept way too much in my room and way too much on the living room couch. So I've been taking naps down there and it's been mint. So that's like how bad this has gotten. Just to let you know, today's gonna be a weird day. I will say that. But I am motivated to read everything but what's on this list. So, but since I did this lovely little book spread, I feel obligated to finish it. And that's the problem. I might, you know, if I don't read these today, or at least don't finish some of them, I'm kind of to the point where I'm like, put this on hold and finish it later, like November, December, because like I'm truly not in the mood to finish these. I don't know. I kind of just want to forget they all exist. Like literally I'm just dreading this now. Now that I've decided this, I'm dreading it. I'm full of dread. I might read something else. I might give up on this. This 30 books in 30 days thing has just gone awfully. I have read, let's see, like 15, maybe between 15 and 20, I think is where I'm gonna, like, maybe I'll get back to you later. Watch me not read anything else ever again, because this is just garbage. I'm just so done. I'm so done. I don't even care anymore. I don't care about anything. I want to read anything but this stuff. And that might happen. Alright, I'm making some elective decisions. 44 pages in, I give up. I'm not reading this. Done. Since these two are making my my chest hurt. This is literally, I started this and I'm not interested and my chest is starting. I feel depressed again. This is like, I don't know how else to describe it, but this is literally like I can just feel myself not being able to breathe and my anxiety, and like it's like a whole panic attack's coming on, but I feel heavy and I don't know how else to describe it. Anyway, so that triggered that. I'm not reading it. I know that these two are going to trigger it. I'm going to say that I finished reading these. I'm going to give them each 3 stars. This one I'm going to give 1 star because I don't give a fuck. And I'm going to go hide them in my basement and come back to them in the next 2 years because I do genuinely want to read them. But I can't do it right now. It's triggering so much emotion that I can't deal with at the moment. I never thought I would be like, oh my god, a book is triggering me. I am not that girl. What the fuck is happening? This is like when you know it's really bad. I will tell you though, since this is like, you know what made me feel better? Like, I've been trying everything. I've been trying to reread my favorite books. I've been trying to read books that I'm actually interested in. I've been trying to watch TV that like isn't nostalgic for me. You know what fucking helped me? Mamma Mia 2 and the Jimmy Neutron movie. Those made me feel better yesterday. So
we're just throwing out things that are not making me feel good. So I will continue to read. I'm gonna move on to Beast Boy and Entice. I'm gonna try Entice, the audiobook, while I'm cleaning, because I've literally only been cleaning for like 10 minutes. I like literally so fast. Anywho, yeah, I'm gonna try these two and see what happens, because I did enjoy the second one of this, so I think it will be okay. And if all goes to hell, I'm gonna watch the Jimmy Neutron movie again. Yeah, this is not going well for me.
I can take a video. Right there it is. If I could zoom in just like a little bit more, we could see it. Right there. Welcome to the end of reading 30 books in 30 days, where I failed miserably this year. Last year I was on point. This year I got COVID and a breakdown, so if we learned anything, don't do this in September. September's for breakdowns, apparently. Anywho, I did finish a bunch more that I'm here to talk about in October. Yesterday I finished Saga Volume 4. I gave it 4 stars. I love that they let time pass between and let her grow up between some of the novels. I will be continuing on the series. I do really like it. I only read 1 chapter of Don't Get Caught before I gave up. I gave it 2 stars. I don't think that I am the intended audience for this, and I am perfectly okay with that. This is meant for teenage boys trying to find a passion for reading. It is a prank book. It's a beautiful cover. I'm gonna go put it in my little library so somebody else will appreciate it more. I finished Beast Boy and Beast Boy Loves Raven in the same night. I gave them both 5 stars. I fucking love the Teen Titans. I don't care who writes them. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna have a good time. The artwork in this is amazing. I love the concept. I am just living my best life. I don't know if you know this, but I'm gonna be Raven for Halloween this year, and my costume is here, and I am so excited, okay? Like, I love it to death. And then the last book that I did finish already was Magonia. I didn't realize this was a duology. I thought it was just a standalone. This was super weird. The first half of this book was normal and just some girl dying, and I fucking cried when her mom told her it was okay to go and all this other stuff, and it was just like so emotional and just a lot. And then they were like, surprise, she's half bird. There's a bird that lives in her chest and they sing together, and it was good, but it was weird as fuck. I understand now why Neil Gaiman likes it, but like, it's not for me. This was a bit much for me. I did not expect that. I'm not gonna read the second book. It's not gonna happen. I'm done with it. I give it 3 stars because I did enjoy it, but it was so fucking weird. I can't continue. I really can't. So it's gonna be a I'm gonna go put this in the little library. Alright, things that I haven't finished yet. Entice and Endure. I'm gonna tell you right now that these 2 are either gonna be 4 or 3 stars. I'm still gonna love it. Once a Witch, I should pick up and just see if I like it. It's probably gonna be a 3 star, and Broken Crown's probably also gonna be a 3 star. If it becomes a 2 star, that's gonna be very upsetting, and I'm just gonna get rid of the series. So that's what I have left from my reading 30 books in 30 days. I'm gonna try and finish them in October. I want to get them over and done with. I just need them to leave. However, every time I pick up one of these audiobooks, or an audiobook in general, I want to have a breakdown all over again. So I have not picked up an audiobook in the last 2 weeks or something. So good luck to me. Anywho, that's the update. Welcome to the end of the vlog. I did not succeed. I read about 22 books instead of 30, but 22 books is still a lot, and I know a lot of people do that on the regular, on like BookTube. I watch people and they're like, I read 22 books this once. Fight me. I tried, okay? This is a lot. This is a lot. So I feel pretty good. I also am just like, should I ever try to do this again? I don't really feel like I should try to do 30 books in 30 days. Although I have like picked out this top shelf to be another 31 days or something, so that I could do it in December, just because I want to get rid of so many books. I have fully accepted the fact that I could read only a chapter or 2 and then be like, no, I don't want this, and move on with my life. So I'm happy that this experiment has brought that to me, and I'm happy that I discovered that my brain can just give up. Because I didn't think I could give up on books like I do. Anywho, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Also, so this one is 2 stars, and I'm gonna get rid of that series. Yeah, that's totally fine. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna keep Once a Witch. I just dropped it on the ground. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep Entice and Endure, because
The second book was really badass, so I think I'm gonna keep this series. And that's where I'm at. That's my update. That's the 30 books in 30 days. I hope it was exciting. I hope you learned something. I hope some of you didn't get offended with the books that I was like, nah, I just don't like this and gave up. It's nothing personal, it's just my reading taste changed. Most of these books I bought when I was like in high school, and I was in high school 8.5 years ago, so graduated in 2014. I've moved on with my life and I have better taste now, or at least I think I do. Some things I have better taste in. No comment. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this was good. I hope you liked it. I hope it was inspiring. Read the books that have been on your TBR forever, and I hope you all join me in the next video. Bye!